So I really enjoyed seeing this movie, and it deals with a lot of very important themes: grief, faith. What drew you to the script when you first read it?
Well, yeah. I was just, actually just touched me. I read it and I was like, wow, I'm crying. Why am I crying? And this movie is bold, and this movie is coming definitely, unabashedly from a Christian perspective, which I think is challenging without seeing the movie. But when you see the movie, you realize that it addresses human issues. It doesn't matter where you're looking at it from. The lessons are pertinent and real. And I was thinking about the script after I'd read it for a couple of days, so it just stayed with me.
Yeah. Even if you're not a deeply religious person, I feel like this movie speaks to so many human experiences. A father losing his child. What was it like working with? Did you work with Paul Young at all, and on the process?
Really? No, I met him on the first day of shooting. He was there. So we didn't really get to engage with him, but I feel like he's so exposed in the story that there's not too much left that needs to be said other than that he's a great guy, that he's so vulnerable in the telling of the story, and so much of him is in it. So I felt like I had a connection to his mind in that way.
Yeah. And another thing that I loved about this movie was it kind of takes very Christian figures and puts them in a different light. Something, even the movie touched on it at one point where, they talked about God, and you think of God as someone with a big white beard, and then here's Octavia Spencer playing God in this movie.
Well, obviously God has no gender. But maybe not, obviously. I mean, we're all kind of conditioned to these stories that we don't even have our own perspective. But I think the movie contextualizes Christian philosophy and theology in terms of what is the Trinity in a way that makes sense, and contemporizes it. So it's not like, a story of the guy with the long beard up in the clouds. This is like the life that we're kind of living, and these are the characters that we would relate to. And if God was going to come to you in a way that you felt like you could easily connect and have a relationship with, it might be a woman. Why does it have to be an old white guy?
Exactly. And it's it's all depends on who you're comfortable with and what your spirituality is.
I mean, I think this is my perspective, that God's an energy, but there's different ways to relate, and I guess some people need to relate to something personal.
Right. Exactly. So if when people walk away from this movie, what do you hope they feel?
I think they will feel something, and then they'll be thinking about it a week later. And really why it's great is that it affects the way you think about your own life. Like, you're like, oh, wow. I can't even tell you how you're going to react, but it will definitely stay with you.